Hey guys, Dr. Segal, UroCoach. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the Prolaris test for prostate cancer. Stay tuned. Hey guys, Dr. Segal, UroCoach. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the Prolaris test for prostate cancer. I'm going to talk to you about all the details of it, why we do it, the importance of it, what it means. But please first like, subscribe, comment. We want to hear what you guys want to hear us talk about. Okay, so what is the Prolaris test for prostate cancer? So it's a genomic test. So it looks at the genes in the prostate cancer biopsy specimen to determine your risk of watching prostate cancer, choosing one therapy to treat your prostate cancer, or choosing multiple therapies to treat your prostate cancer. Okay, and the first question that we always get is, Doc, I've just been poked and prodded. I don't want any more invasive tests. How is the test done? And the good news with it is that nothing additional needs to be done from the patient, meaning that the test is done with your already existing biopsy specimen. So the biopsy specimen is analyzed by the company, and they look at 31 cell cycle progression genes to see what risk your prostate cancer falls into. So why do we do this test? And the short answer is that not all Gleason prostate cancers for a particular score are the same. So let's say you were diagnosed with a Gleason 6 prostate cancer, which is considered a low-risk prostate cancer, meaning that when they looked at it under the microscope, it did not appear to be an aggressive prostate cancer. Well, what we're finding out is that doesn't always tell the whole story, meaning that some Gleason 6 prostate cancers behave like a Gleason 6 prostate cancer, low-risk disease, and are certainly a candidate for active surveillance, but other ones may behave in a more aggressive way. Likewise, for Gleason scores that may be higher, so for instance, if you have Gleason 7 prostate cancer, the Prolaris score may be lower, and that Gleason 7 prostate cancer may behave in a way that makes it so that you can pursue active surveillance. So the Prolaris score typically is reported at between 1.8 and 8.7, okay? And this score isn't interpreted in a vacuum, meaning that on the report that you get, the score is coupled with other clinical parameters to put you in a risk stratification category. So for instance, they couple it with your PSA, your age, your Gleason score, the number of cores that are positive, and the clinical stage, okay? And they take all these parameters and they put them together and they put you in a risk category, all right? So they say your 10-year disease-specific mortality. Now, what's disease-specific mortality? Okay, that's your chance of dying from prostate cancer in 10 years, okay? So they put it in the category of active surveillance, which means watching prostate cancer with periodic biopsies, PSAs, MRIs, rectal exams. Single modal treatment, which means you choose one therapy to treat your prostate cancer, so surgery or radiation, for example, or multimodal therapy, which means that you choose two therapies to treat your prostate cancer. And they say, well, this individual's risk of dying from prostate cancer in 10 years, if they were to choose active surveillance, is, let's say, 2.3%, whereas if they were to choose single modal therapy, maybe it's 1.1%, and if they choose multimodal, meaning multiple therapies, it might be 0.6%. So they take all these clinical parameters together to give you an estimation for your chance of dying from prostate cancer if you go down one of these roads. And clinicians like it because it gives individuals some tangible information they can use to interpret what is my chance of dying from prostate cancer if I pick one of these different therapies or I choose to watch it. We find it very useful in individuals with Gleason 6 and Gleason 7 prostate cancer. They're on the fence about treatment, or maybe we're on the fence about treatment with them, to help them make a more rational choice as to what may be best for them. Anyway, guys, I hope that's helpful to you in giving you a primer on what the Prolaris test is. It is just a tool that we use to try to figure out whether you may be a candidate for active surveillance or treatment for prostate cancer. Certainly there's way more on the subject that you should discuss with your urologist to be able to make a good decision for yourself. Thank you so much for listening. Please like, subscribe, comment. Have a great day.